Today I have a Pan 9 in 2019 project update. Hey guys, it's April and welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with this video, I just wanted to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. So before I get started with today's video, I just want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing a huge Bath & Body Works giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers. I have already started buying some products for the giveaway. Hint, hint, it is a little bit gingham related, and I'm also going to add some other products in there as well. So yeah, before you start this video today, also, if you guys don't know what Project Pan 9 in 2019 is, or Project Pan 19 in 2019, it's basically like throughout this year, you're supposed to pan either 9 or 19 products. I personally chose 9. I definitely pan way more than that, but I only picked products that I normally wouldn't necessarily finish up, if that makes sense, or it would take me a long time to finish up. So I kind of picked some products that I had a lot of like leftovers of. Like for instance, I started off with 3 blushes, and I only like to have 1 blush running at a time, if that makes sense. I did have a highlight, and I did have a couple other highlights, so I was trying to get like one of the highlights, you know, out of my collection. Just other items that I don't necessarily use all the time, like lip scrubs and eyeshadow. Well, I use eyeshadow almost daily, but like for eyeshadow, I mean like I don't necessarily pan a whole shade all the time, so I did pick 1 color. So yeah, that is what Pan 9 in 2019 is. So this is a little update after 5 months of panning. If you guys have been following me for a while, you would know that I already have panned 3 out of the 9 products, which for me I think is really good progress. I think around this time, maybe in like another month, I would hope to have like a 4th item panned, but we'll just see what happens. So I'm gonna give you kind of an update. So this one is definitely gonna be panned within the next couple months. This is the Mini Hoola Benefit Bronzer, and this is what it looks like. And I've used it so much that you can't even really see in the mirror. It's like really blurry. So yeah, the pan on here is like really big, and I'm really proud of myself for that. This should be really easy, especially with summertime coming up. I'll probably start going a little bit more bronzer heavy. So yeah, that is where I'm at with this. I'm still working on the Fresh Sugar Lip Polish and Nourishing Lip Balm Advanced Therapy. I don't use these as often as I'd like, but at the same time I feel like I use them often enough, because you're not really supposed to, well, I don't think you're supposed to exfoliate your lips every day, but this is where I'm at with the therapy balm. And so I think I have about like just over a 4th of product left. And then for the sugar lip polish, I think I also have around just over a 4th left. So these will definitely be empty by the end of the year. I'm not really worried about these. For the last month, I have been using my Clinique blush. This is in the shade Sunset Glow, and it's a really pretty color, just a very nice, like natural looking color on my skin tone. I have been using it for about a month now, or maybe a little over a month, and there isn't pan on it, but there definitely is usage. You can definitely tell I've been using it. I'm hoping that I see a bit of a pan by the end of next month. Up next, the Alternative Rock Volume 1 Shadow Fard in the shade Take It for Granted. This is from an Ipsy box, I believe. Or not box, but like an Ipsy bag. So I didn't really use it all this much this month. For a whole week this month I was really sick, and then for a couple days Brian was really sick, so I didn't really have time or energy to put eyeshadow on my lids honestly a lot this month. So unfortunately, along with my like weekly palettes, they didn't get as much use as I'd hoped, but I felt weird just, you know, using 1 palette for those 2 weeks. So I did switch it around a little bit, but I definitely didn't get a lot of usage out of this. I'm gonna try harder this coming month on making sure that I reach for this. And then the NARS Orgasm, this is the Happy Birthday size from Ulta that I got last year. And it's like the cutest, tiniest little blush ever. It's literally so tiny and adorable. I'm not too worried about panning it. I'm just worried about like, when am I gonna end up like starting to use this, you know, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just worried that like it's gonna take forever to use up this one to start using this one, if that makes sense, because this one obviously I mean, I'm pretty sure this has less product in it. Actually, just kidding. I'm really worried. I just read this actually has more product in it than this does. You really would have never known if I hadn't read that, but this actually has more product. Interesting. So yeah, now I am kind of worried about like when I'll finally be able to start this. Like, is it not going to be till October? Because then I don't know if I'll finish it by the end of the year. But honestly, I've kind of like come to the conclusion that blush is just one of those items that's like really hard to use up, at least for me personally. So if I could at least have this started by the end of the year, I'll be completely happy with that. So I'm not gonna like totally freak out over it. This project is just kind of intended, at least for myself, to like use what I have and not buy stuff that's just gonna end up like sitting around. So I'm honestly really not like stressed if I don't necessarily like finish all these products. I think that this and the eyeshadow are going to be my two that might be more of a struggle for me to finish up, but honestly, like, as long as I'm using them by the end of the year, like, well, and continuing to make sure I am using this by the end of the year, or throughout the end of the year, then I'm not gonna like panic. I'm not like super strict on this project whatsoever. I'm definitely more into my Bath & Body Works empties because they have so many, so I kind of just want to get those out of the way. Those are like my biggest priority right now. My makeup collection isn't like so like overwhelmingly huge. I'd say that my eyeshadow palette collection is, but again, I've said this a couple other times throughout my videos, is like I'm not trying to like declutter my palettes, because for the last like since I was like 13, so for the last like 10 almost 11 years, like that's like my dream collection, and I finally have it. So I'm like in no like, you know, rush to like use up any like certain products, but I did find that I wasn't using like everything that I did have, so that is why I'm making sure I'm using one palette a week and like recording it on my Instagram. Plus it's like fun for you guys, I'm sure, to like see that I'm using stuff. So like I'm not like in a rush. I just want to make sure that I am using everything that I have, that's all. But yeah, so that is it for today's video. Let me know how your guys' progress is going. I'd really love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a glamorous rest of your day. Bye!